Hi, everybody. Sheila Cater here, your teacher for inclusion. If you are wondering whether or not you read the thumbnail correct, that is true. I am creating my last video. More accurately, I'm creating my last weekly video. If I learn something new and exciting, I will gladly share it with you guys, my subscribers. And occasionally I might throw out a YouTube short, but I have decided that this is my last weekly YouTube video because I feel like I've kind of plateaued and I don't want to start creating videos where I'm just kind of rambling on and then I drop a nugget like somewhere in there and you feel like, okay, I just listened to her talk about nothing for 20 minutes and didn't learn anything. I never wanted to become, I didn't want that to become what I ended up doing. And with YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have a certain amount of watch hours. And I decided I'm not the chatty type. I do these videos because I have something that I want to teach you guys and I give it to you straight and I don't chat too much. Pretty straightforward. And I want to keep it that way. So, like I said, if I do have something new that I've learned, I will share it, but I won't be doing regular videos anymore. So I thought, what better way to go out than to share a list of what I learned from TpT. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I suggest is to go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. I did not do this. I went 100 miles an hour for 2 years, burnt out, had to redo products so many times, wasted a lot of time. I do novel studies, and every time I needed to make a change to a novel study, I have 1,000 products. So you can imagine what that would be like every time I make a change. And I ended up having someone do professionally create a format for me for my novel study. And then I moved everything, all the information for the novel study onto the new format. And I've been working on that for a long time now. And it's going to take a long time from here to get that done. And it's just a bear of a project. So my suggestion is to do things slow with intention, do it right the first time. The second thing is to do a blog, unless you hate writing. If you hate writing, don't do a blog. But if you don't mind writing, I highly suggest you do a blog. It's been the most profitable thing where I've been able to generate traffic from is my blog. The next thing is to start an email list as soon as you can. I know you hear this from everybody. I have 200 subscribers. I've been working on my email list for a long time now, and it's taken a long time and it's not profitable yet, but I hear people swear up and down that it is, so I'm going to include that on my list. Avoid burnout. Again, slow and steady wins the race. Don't compare yourself to others. Sometimes I find myself getting caught up with how beautiful other people's products are, how artistic people are, and how I'm not artistic. Don't do that because it'll just bring you down. If something isn't working for you, stop. As long as you give it enough time. So if you worked on Pinterest for a year and it's not working for you, it's not bringing you any traffic, then don't do it. I don't want to say try something for a couple months and then quit, but give it a fair shot. And if it doesn't work, drop it. And that's something that's been really hard for me to do because I've put so much time into certain things and it's hard to let something go after you've put a lot of time into it. But what is the point if it's not working for you? Experiment. Experiment with different things. I've tried the blog, I've done YouTube, I've done Pinterest, I've done Instagram, Facebook, and certain things work and certain things don't work for me. And so I wouldn't know if I hadn't taken the time to experiment with different things. Just maybe try not to do them all at once. This is my advice on this. You do what you want or what works for you. But I have decided to expect the money that I make from TpT to be additional money. So I am not going to get myself into a spot where I depend on Teachers Pay Teachers every month. I don't want to go there. I know that it's probably worth the risk, but I have decided to keep my teaching job. I've decided to keep this as a side hustle. And things happen, things change, and I might change my mind on this a couple years from now or 5 years from now. I might feel completely different about it. But for right now, I've just decided to use the money that I make from Teachers Pay Teachers as additional money and not money that I depend on, because it's not consistent. The next one is, if you hate teaching, like if you are desperately trying to make enough money to match your teacher salary on Teachers Pay Teachers because you just are so burnt out in the classroom and you are tired of dealing with behavior, then I suggest you find a virtual teaching job. I teach online. I love it. I still get to work with students. I love working with students. I get to teach the curriculum, but I don't have to deal with behavior. I've been in the classroom for 18 years. I did my time in the classroom, and I just got to a point where I couldn't deal with behavior anymore. And if you feel like you're there, find a way to do teaching that will work for you. Stay up to date on Teachers Pay Teachers, listen to podcasts, do courses, do memberships, use Fiverr, Fiverr. Use Fiverr, it's great. They offer a lot of different things, like setting up your email list. Invest in your business when you can. When you start making money, take some of that money each month or every couple of months and invest in something, whether that be a course. My next investment is going to be an AI tool called Jasper that creates blog posts for you, or at least creates the foundation of a blog post for you. And then I plan to add my voice to it. It's $1,000 per year. But my blog is where it's going on right now. And I think that that's where I need to make an investment. I'm going to wait until January until I'm making enough money again, because December, by the way, is going to be slow for most people. But that is my next investment. You also get to write those things off for tax purposes. So invest in your business. Remember that change is inevitable. I like to think that I'm the most flexible, adaptable person, but I'm not. I don't love change, but it happens and it's inevitable. So expect that. Do memberships. Don't be afraid to do memberships for 1 or 2 months. I've done Casey Morris's membership. I did it for 2 months. I did Aaron Waters' membership for 2 months. I'm doing Lauren Fulton's membership right now. I'll probably just do it for a couple of months. I will soak in what I can like a sponge and then move on to something different. So don't be afraid to do a membership. Don't feel like you have to commit to it for like a year. Try it out for a month. If it doesn't work for you, get rid of it. The worst thing you can do is get subscribed to a membership and not use it and be paying it month after month after month. The next thing you know, it's been a year or two and you've completely wasted money. But don't be afraid to think ahead of time, hey, I'm going to do this for a couple months, learn what I can, and get out. Learn about SEO. A great resource is Kristen Doyle from Chalk and Apples. Don't worry about a niche. If you're new, just start creating products and it will come to you. Keep records for your write-offs for taxes. The first year I didn't do that and it was so hard to do my taxes. And then this year I have kept a record, just a written record in a notebook of every penny that I have spent on my business. And I know taxes will be so much easier for that reason. Do the TpT conference. I know I was a little bit negative about it this year, but one spark, one idea makes it completely worth it. And it is a cheap conference compared to other conferences. So I think the TpT conferences are worth it, and I will be doing that. Fight against imposter syndrome, figure out what it is, see how it affects you, because I think it affects most people, and find ways to make sure that it is not getting in your way of being successful. And the last thing on my list is to have fun and enjoy this. If you're not having fun and this is not enjoyable, of course it's not going to be fun all the time. It's a lot of work. But if this becomes like an awful, terrible thing, or you're getting burned out, just make sure that you slow down, that you find the things that bring you joy, because there are so many different options that you can go with in this business that you will like, and stay away from the ones that you completely do not like. I just want to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel. I feel like I'm accepting an award. I really appreciate it, especially those of you who commented almost weekly in the comment section, and those of you who are kind, especially when I went through burnout. And you guys just made me feel really great and kept me going. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your kind words and for your commitment and interest in watching my videos. Thank you so much. I will still be around, just not weekly. I didn't want to just disappear on you. So I love you all and have a wonderful week. Okay, bye guys.